If you want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. So before we get started and people happen to, misinterpret what I'm saying, this is in no way, shape, or form any type of hit or anything like that towards the gay or LGBT community. This is just simply a critique about what it is that an artist decided to put out into the public that children should not be allowed to see. Again, this is no type of hate or anything like that pointed directly towards the LGBT.
Bro, we're in Wynyard, Sydney. At what point does inclusiveness pass too far? You got a fat man that's naked in a gimp costume with a cute teddy bear hat right in Wynyard. Now tell me this, maybe you can say I'm exaggerating, maybe you can say I'm too much, but at what point is it too far when you're walking down the street with your kid and the kid looks at a cute teddy bear hat and relates it to a man in a gimp suit? At what point does it get too dangerous? You tell me. If we keep letting them push the boundary, they keep getting worse and worse. I think this is disgusting. I think this is like Balenciaga vibes. What do you reckon?
So you were able to hear the video, and you can clearly see the images directly in front of you. This is what I've talked about before, where certain things aren't meant to be known or seen, and this is just one of those things. Why is it that a child is able to see this? For people who think that this is okay, is something wrong. No child should basically see somebody in a big dude and some type of BDSM type fit, and he's basically partially dressed as a furry. Like, that don't make no sense. And you got this up there in the public where kids can sit up there and see this. That's crazy to me. And for an adult to actually do this, that's even more crazy. Like I said, I already see the mentality of that person. It's clear. It's completely evident, because this was done direct and on purpose and put in a place where they know that families and kids basically walk by. It was deliberate. Why wouldn't something like this be placed in, let's say, like a gay area where they have like their bars, their clubs, restaurant stuff, like stuff, where children really ain't going, where the nightlife is and stuff. If they had that there, that's cool. That's whatever. It is what it is, right? That's the stuff that y'all like to do. That's how y'all get down. No problem. But to have this in broad daylight in a neighborhood where kids and families walk, that is so deliberate. It's a problem. That is a problem. And like I stated before, I don't know what else to like really tell parents out here, because I've given and shown a lot of examples of these things transpiring that should not be transpiring at all. And the most interesting thing that I've seen on Twitter underneath a lot of these posts is that you'll have people bring up advertisements, right, of different stuff. They'll show like a woman in a bikini or a Calvin Klein ad and all these other types of stuff. And they were like, oh, so, what about these ads? Like, what about these ads targeting children? Da, 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 all this other type of stuff, right? And people will sit up there and state these ads are advertising the clothing, or they're advertising the food or beer and all this other type of stuff. And then they'll try to swap it and be like, oh, so you're okay with these sitting up there targeting kids? Okay, yeah, got it, good. Okay, okay. So you agree with it. And it's amazing how people will try to move the goal post in order to try to make a point, in order to quote unquote try to be uh, deemed correct, right? When the main message is, what is a large man in a gimp outsuit? I'm sorry, in a gimp suit, with a teddy bear furry head on. What? What is that selling? That's not selling anything. I know what it is selling, but it's not anything that kids, should even know what it is. Like I said, that whole image has nothing to do with kids at all. And for people in a sense to try to defend it in the way in which they're trying to defend it, it makes no sense. Like, just say that you don't care, your feelings are hurt, and you feel that people are trying to, target the gay community and things like that, just because you're in your feelings because people don't like the mural. You like the mural, but other people don't. And other people have the right not to like the mural because that mural should not be in an area where kids and families have to sit up there and walk through. That's 1,000% crazy. 1,000% crazy, but it is what it is. When stuff like this is directly pointed out, it shouldn't even be a conversation. It shouldn't be a debate. There shouldn't be any type of deflection or any other thing like that going on. It should be exactly what it's going to be. Things like this should not be out in public view where kids can clear cut view it. It just shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't. And this also tells you the type of people that will prioritize their feelings and their emotions over logical judgment, which is to protect kids and allow kids to be kids. No parent should have to try to decipher and explain to their children what that image is, what it entails, and what group it is specifically for. That is not for those children. That is not for those parents. That's only for one specific group. That is for things that they like, that they indulge in, that they are about. Again, the artist, whoever decided to do this painting, knew exactly what it was that they're doing. They could have put this artwork anywhere else in the world, but they decided to put it somewhere, again, where parents, children, families just so happen to walk. Clear cut, what you can see clearly in your image is the fact that you have a mother, you have a parent walking with the child, and the child has a teddy bear. And the same thing that the guy basically stated in his video. What happens if a child that likes or has a teddy bear sees this image and then starts to associate that teddy bear with the image of a man? Then what? Again, I've stated before how a lot of these things, it's a very slippery slope. And the moment in time that you decide to open Pandora's box, you have to let that open. You can't just crack that open. You have to let the whole thing open. So, like I said before, the moment in time you let stuff like this go, you have to let everything else that comes with it go as well. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So again, to a lot of the people out there that always wanted to like champion for a lot of these other groups and they wanted to prioritize the feelings and all this other type of stuff for a lot of other groups out here, this is on you. This is directly on you. And pretty soon this will be coming to a city near you.
Another one.
Well, it seems like the people have spoken. The people obviously did not want that directly in their neighborhood. They didn't want that around their kids. They felt that that imagery was offensive, and it is offensive. And they were like, "Hey, we're not about to take this. We're not going to stand here. We're not going to let this happen." And it is what it is. And you now have them stating that it's an investigation going on to who did it. Nah, I don't know what the investigation is for because it didn't harm nobody. What the actual artist did, that is harmful. The secondary artist that came and added a new flair, a new color, if you will, directly to the mural. Incredible job. That is spot on, art that looks like $1 million. I don't know what else to tell somebody. I don't. Like I said, that I'm if I had to walk down the street and pass that every single day, I'm walking through other blocks. I'm going through alleys. Like, I'm not trying to see that. Like, I'm not trying to see that. Like I said, I wouldn't want my children to see that either, because no way on this planet should I have to feel the need to try to explain something, because kids are quite inquisitive. They're going to ask questions. They'll be like, "Hey, Mom, Dad, what is this? And then we have to try to explain this, and we should not have to try to explain it. We shouldn't, because that is something that's an adult themed, type of deal. But whatever. To the people who who added a brand new coat of paint directly to this, much love, respect, and appreciation. Thank you for caring about the children directly out here. Thank you for caring about the families, because obviously there's a lot of people out there that only care about their feelings and not the children, and especially not the future.